Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds by nerds. I'm Nerdarchy Steve. Tonight I'm joined by all these fine nerds, and we're going to be playing not Dungeons and Dragons, but Cypher System, and we are going to be doing some superhero heroics, I should say. Although I think we're just slightly above the level of the tick, but heroics will be done. With that, I'm going to pass it over to our GM, but before I do, just remember there are links down in the description to find these fine folks across the interwebs, as well as we have a Kickstarter that is wrapping up in a couple days. Like we're in the last 48 hours or so you can check that out as well. With that, Steven, the reins are yours.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Nobody's Heroes, where we follow the adventurers of the Crime Ruiners. So named by our illustrious Nightlight, who named them. And some of the crime ruiners might ruin crime a little less, might contribute a little more. You know, it's all very fluid like that. That being said, we love some Sirenscape around here. We've got some music that's real immersive. And so we're actually going to do something a little different just to shake things up. And we're going to dive right in. So all of you are now standing outside this building that you have cleared as of yesterday. This building in the middle of the city. This building that once housed the A-listers and acted as their tower, their escape, their base of operations. All five of you stand alongside your new companion, Hot Dog, Bombshell,
Hot Dog,
and the illustrious Walter Mathis, private investigator, who has gathered all of you together. And standing in front of you is none other than a newsy costume-wearing superhero by the name of Paper, scratch that, Man. And he has a camera person that is like themselves made out of paper that is holding this camera, and he's holding a microphone, and he leans in to Winda and says, so tell me, what exactly did you guys manage to find in there, and how did you unshell this amazing building?
Trade secrets.
That's not interesting. And then he kind of like covers the microphone. He's like, this is for news. Come on. You got to be entertaining. If you want to be real heroes, you got to ham it up a little bit. Come on.
Alang picks
that way.
Alang picks up Hot Dog and is like holding Hot Dog in the air while it's burning her feathers.
Winda puts a hand over on Nightlight's shoulder and just kind of pulls him in.
Oh. It like the camera?
Yeah.
Oh. We're just so honored to be given access to the A-listers base in hopes to, make it a viable source of justice in Castopolis again. And under the tutelage of these other great heroes, I helped navigate some dastardly traps that their villains had left for them. And we're just happy to be here and looking forward to the next crime to ruin.
We have a dog.
We have a dog.
It's Burnout's dog.
It's my dog.
So it is.
And then she just drops it because it's so hot. It's like,
Is the dog your friend, Elang? And he holds up the mic to you.
Yes, it is Magpie's friend, really. But a dog.
They're friends.
I now also have a nemesis.
And who might that be, I wonder?
The dog catcher. He is a cruel man, and I will rip off all his arms limb by limb.
Oh my, that, and he sort of covers the mic again. That's a little violent for the kids, don't you think?
They're
and
mechanical
I will hit
arms.
him over the head with said arms.
And he leans over to Magpie. So what does it feel like being a villain turned hero?
Not a hero. I'm just kind of hanging out with these guys because my goals happen to align with theirs at the moment.
And then Bombshell sort of sidles in and she's like, that's what they all say at first. Don't worry. We're helping them turn over a new leaf.
Alang gives Bombshell the dog and then just takes her big wings and pushes her back out of the frame.
And she kind of like squeaks at how hot it is. And the dog kind of flies in the air. And Paperman
You are the
turns
BT.
to Paperman turns to Blowhard. He says, "So how does it feel to lead this band of heroic individuals?"
I've never been prouder in my life. You should have seen them overcome the obstacles left by the Punisher, using their minds and their bodies and their powers in ways you can't even imagine, and defeating the dog Snatcher as well. Although we're not sure where he went, he kind of got away. I think that's part of his shtick, though. So it's to be expected. But, did you get an upgrade?
I did, in fact. It's called age. And as you can see, I am now Paperman. Thank you for noticing. And he leans into the camera. As you can see, I am no longer Paperboy. For those of you who keep sending mail to Paperboy, he is no more.
Look, he has facial hair now.
I do indeed. And he kind of strokes these 3 hairs. So with that, do you have any parting words for the folks at home? Anything you want to say to reassure them that the city is now safe from evil?
Just say no, kids. Just say no.
We have access to really
homework.
extensive, interesting technology now. Nothing to worry about at all.
And he sort of starts wrapping up his bit to the camera, and he keeps giving you guys this side eye, like, what are you doing? And after it's all said and done, the camera person actually sort of into paper and of its own accord just folds up and goes into this satchel that he wears on the side. And he catches the camera in the air and puts it in there as well. And he walks off.
That went well.
Does that cloud of paper look familiar to me, Steven?
Make an intellect roll. We'll say it's pretty difficult. I'm gonna put it at a 7.
All right, that okay. I only rolled a 14, but
trying to notice specific paper is kind of like.
I know. I just a suspicious paper, Steven. All right.
So
roll for sus.
Yeah, so you guys now have a headquarters. Walter Mathis hands each of you a card key. This will help you get into the place and leave the place. Make sure you don't lose this.
Wait a minute. Did you have them the whole time? You could have just gave them to us and we could have just went in.
No, I found them in the control room.
Elaine just takes her key card and pushes it into her chest.
Just like a compartment.
Well, she has a giant sword in there also, so she just pushes it into her chest. It's I won't lose it now.
That's impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
What else do you have in there? Are you gonna pull out a ham sandwich or something?
I have a book, and then she spends 2 might points and uses the skill, where did that come from? And pulls out a giant sword.
Whoa!
Nice book.
I'm magic.
You certainly are.
You definitely are.
By the way,
Someone's a challenge magpie to break in. Sorry.
So he
Lindsay
pulls out this box and he's like, so I went through and found some things that I thought you might find interesting. Just as a little thank you, as it were, for what you've done. And I'm sure you would have found them eventually, but I thought that maybe I would know who would like them a little more. And he hands the first to Magpie. So Magpie, you get a syringe with that has insertable vials, and there's a little case that has different vials in it with different colors. And so this cipher has 3 different uses. You can choose to temporarily augment and get an edge in might, in intellect, or in speed. There's 1 vial for each. So you can get 1 edge for 1 action using this cipher.
Awesome.
Juicing.
Is Magpie on PEDs?
Yeah, that's true.
All I'm hearing is Magpie, yes.
That's for medical reasons. It's okay.
He produces another. He produces a mask, and it just sort of like looks like it fits over the face, almost like a respirator. And he hands it to Winda, and he says, "This mask will actually generate air itself, so you don't have to worry about breathing when you have it on. However, it only works for an hour." He then hands something to Blowhard. Blowhard, this looks identical to the mask that you wear right now. And when you take it, you can feel that it's made of a really interesting material. And he says, "That is a special mask, my friend. You can actually think of what you want it to look like, and it can change your wardrobe for a short amount of time."
Oh, nice. I've always wanted one of these. Mask of disguise.
It also makes me wonder, did you just pick up that mask at a generic Halloween store? Because this looks like a normal Halloween sort of mask.
I made it myself.
Oh, all right. Well, good on
Like
you.
a true superhero.
And then, of course, how could I forget about Nightlight? Nightlight here.
I light up.
This is a battery, and this battery can be attached to an electronic device and can give it a charge to function for, if it's a small device, it can give it a charge for a day. If it is a size of like a car, then it can give a charge for 6 hours. And if it is like a massive thing, like a room size computer, then it can give a charge for 10 minutes. So
Okay.
10 minutes, 6 hours, 24 hours.
I'm going to call that an electronic gizmo booster.
I knew you like your technology and stuff, so I thought you might find that handy.
Yeah, there's all sorts of gizmos inside the headquarters.
And of course, how could we forget about our magic bird? And he gives you these what look like aviator goggles.
Nice.
These goggles are actually X-ray goggles. So for 1 hour, you can see through anything except for lead. I love that you have those already. That's amazing.
Tell me you played an artificer.
Well
without
played.
being an artificer.
Well played.
You mean you don't
You know
just
what?
keep goggles on you at all times?
You get an experience for that because that's
Yes.
super fun.
That is like Boy Scout
like a
next
visual.
level shit right there.
I know, right?
I feel like I'm channeling my best nightlight right now.
Nightlight blushes like he turns like a rosy pink color suit.
She's like, ooh, technology. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Very cool.
Ooh, ooh. Your insides look funny.
Yeah.
It's not humans' insides look much different when I pull them outside of their body.
I'll take your word for that.
So how
Please.
long will it take for that paper man to kind of realize that not all heroes want to be up in front of the camera?
I mean, it's the way of the world. You know, before superheroing was a whole sporting event after a fashion, you know, with all the sponsorships and everything. Like, I get where he's coming from, and being
No, we-
sponsored might not be terrible.
Well, we ain't got no sponsors, and you know, some of us just do it to, I don't know, do something to help.
That's fair, and that's noble. But superheroing is expensive work, especially for some people who can't just make their powers, right, Nightlight?
Yeah, it's not cheap or easy, let me tell you.
I think Winda's holding out for that Easy Wider sponsorship.
Winda? Easy wider. 1 1/4 or 1 1.5. What's Kiefer prefer?
But at any rate, it looks like it's just about sunset. And
Mr. Mathis, should we put together some kind of press kit for our team to give to potential sponsors? How does that all work? I mean, have you guys ever been sponsored before? I looked at my fellows.
I am sponsored by the powers of my forefathers and foremothers.
That's awesome. That sounds like it's pretty valuable.
Yes,
I'm
they give me
sponsored by the
power
wall
and the
and the
right to
balls.
exist.
Sorry.
So he will
Everybody
look at all of
checks
you
their
and
wallets.
There are rooms actually, so that there are enough rooms for all of you to stay, and then some more. As far as bedrooms go in this tower, I will probably begin sleeping here now that everyone knows my address and place of business. Elaine.
Promotion.
Wow, yeah, it's got to be booming for you, Mr. Mathis.
Well, it would be, except I had somebody visit me last night that I didn't care to share with you because I didn't want you to be sidetracked from this. But there was a strange individual that looked sort of like a mummy that tried to attack me last night, but I
Mummy.
didn't escape.
It's like the return of the curse of the mummy's foul spell.
Was
How
he
did you
chased
get
by
away? How did
an
you survive the attack?
Well,
Did you unravel it?
a non-superhero in a world filled of superpowered people, you have to get pretty spry if you're going to be a private investigator. So,
Well, you're not so much private anymore. Everybody
Yeah.
knows who you are. We're like a public investigator.
Exactly, which is the problem. And he,
You're Charlie. Can I call you Charlie now?
no, that's not my name. My
Okay,
name
Charlie.
is Walter Mathis.
Charlie.
At any rate, seeing as this mummy attacked me, I was wondering if all of you might be interested in going to a opening event at a local museum.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
It just so happens that there is a new new tomb that was revealed over in the Cairo desert, and they've brought a bunch of the stuff here to the museum. People are thinking that someone's going to try to steal something from there, and
Oh my, who would do a thing like that?
specifically, there's apparently a magical artifact that needs protecting.
So, would we be going as kind of gesture towards all of us, or are we supposed to be trying to go incognito and be incognito from even our fellow teammates?
Well, so that's up to you. There's a few different ways you could approach this. I could arrange for invitations to the opening night party as your superhero selves if you want. I could also arrange for all of you to get in there as your alter egos if you're willing to share with each other. However, you could also go, well, later on tonight / early tomorrow morning to make sure that nothing happens to it. So the choice is yours.
I'm like,
Around a museum at night with magical artifacts? That sounds like pretty cool.
Well, wait a minute. We have an expert in our midst. Magpie.
Yeah, Magpie, yeah,
How
exactly.
would you steal the artifact?
Which museum is this now?
This is the Castopolis Museum of History and Culture.
Okay, so first of all, I would definitely be waiting until most of the people that would normally be around are gone. I would definitely be striking at night. I would definitely probably be coming in through the skylights if they have any of those. Like, do I know anything about the layout of this museum? Have I done a job on it before, perhaps?
I would have a hard time believing you've never stolen anything from here.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna pull out a file folder and set it on the table and be like, these are the plans that I used the last time I knocked them over.
That is.
Any updates to security since our little friend here dallianced with the law?
Well, unfortunately, no. And that's partly why they're so worried, because the security system that one of the previous A-listers built for them has now officially collapsed. and it needs a tune-up by that person, and since they can't get it figured out, they are removing the whole thing and putting in a new one.
Can Alang/Katie make a history roll on the mummy?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a intellect check with a difficulty of 5.
So Katie is trained in history.
Okay.
Makes a difficulty of 4. So
That-
Katie's eyes flash within Alang's body and she ponders something. And she rolls a 12.
A 12, which is exactly what you needed to get. So, you know that this particular tomb is said to be the tomb of, hold on, I need to pull this up real quick. I have it in my notes. There. Down. Sorry. I'm navigating. There we go.
We've all been there.
The pharaoh was called Tutti Frutti.
Really?
Yes. And was notorious for their love of colored gems and gemstones. Because you made the roll, you also know that they were said to be the keeper of a set of talismans that were incredibly rare, each one representing a different animal in the Egyptian lore. And the one that they have here is a cat's eye.
Alang holds up her talisman that she has and stares at it for a minute. And then shares the information with everyone else. But it comes out, instead of her really overexcited /dude bro voice, it comes out as this hyper intelligent young female's voice explaining it. And then Elaine kind of
both what's your face? Magpie and Nightlight, you both can make an intellect roll with a difficulty of 6.
I already know.
I've
Yeah.
also interacted with Katie.
Oh yeah, then you would get it too.
Because she denied being Nightlight's girlfriend.
That's
no,
fine.
I got
that's
it.
fine.
I got it too.
Intellect roll 2.
As a matter of fact, just without even thinking about it, Magpie goes, good assessment, nerdlet.
Oh.
yes, she's very good. Much smarter than me.
What did Blowhard get? 3?
3, yeah.
Ouch. What did Nightlight get?
2.
No. Wow. However, now
Right over my head.
Lang is
I don't care about
afforded
people's
a
seat.
difficulty 6 intellect roll as well because Magpie slipped.
I'm just going to auto fail that.
Okay. So you got no idea.
So I'm gonna just basically look face to face back and forth between Erlang and everyone else. That was weird, right?
What?
I feel like I've seen weirder. I mean, and then I kind of look at Hot Dog. Who's probably scorching the pavement beneath him. So.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
We've got Erlang voice, and then that was not Erlang, but that
I'm
was.
not very smart. But my
Sounded
vessel
totally
is.
normal. Sounded totally normal to me.
Okay.
Sometimes she does stuff for me because I'm not smart. He thinks
Come
good.
on. Come on, Wyndon. Nobody just looks like that. Clearly they must transform or something. Is there a famous hero that is known for transforming into another form that's much different?
So kind of actually. In fact, one of the old A-listers was named Hybrid, and his entire thing was as long as 2 people consented, he could merge the 2 of them together into one person, taking their strengths and omitting the weaknesses to make this stronger person. However, it only lasted for 2 minutes before they would all be separated again and exhausted.
My brain just took that to a horrible Cthulhu horror terror place of like limbs. Maybe because I
kind of like if Steven Universe was Cthulhu. Yes, indeed.
It's kind of because I accidentally watched a review of Tusk yesterday, so my brain is no.
So when we go up against this mummy, I assume we're gonna be laying off the dad jokes.
I mean, that's your call.
Mum's the word, I guess, but it feels like more your territory.
Don't worry, Mr. Mathis. We'll unravel this mystery for you.
In fact, says Bombshell, I did manage to find one thing that you might find interesting.
Oh, yeah? Great job. What was it?
You very overestimate your abilities.
Bombshell?
For me to find anything she says interesting.
She side eyes Elang and then looks to Winda, because Winda was the one that was asking about it. I did find some strange looking bandages at the scene of the crime, actually.
Ooh, we think the mummy could be the murderer?
It's a mummy slasher?
I don't know.
Wow.
But it might be worth looking into.
Mummy murderer would kind of have that whole double M thing going on.
I would think mummies would be very supportive of corporate media.
Why?
Well, the whole hierarchy of the Egyptian pharaoh, it seems like something they'd be into.
Are you calling the media a pyramid scheme?
Well, I mean, just corporations in general, but
Why did the TV studio head have a secret lair in his office to begin with, though?
Are they a girl boss?
I was definitely curious of that myself, as too.
Were you able to find out anything about that, Bombshell?
I did find a secret passage that had a room full of monitors in his office. That was where I found this, actually. This bandage. Unfortunately, seeing as we are heroes, I was required to turn it into the proper authorities.
Of course.
But,
good job.
But
you're going to make it up into the ranks of the A-team in no time.
Aren't you sweet? And she kind of like pats your cheek.
It turns pink there in the light.
But, yes, there was a strange secret room.
Yeah.
And also one of these. And she produces a black card that if you hold it in the light just right, you can catch that it has some sort of cipher on it or something. Not a cipher we use, but like a...
I grabbed that because Magpie had entrusted me with the thing. I was going to say, if there had been time that, like if we were overnight, I definitely would have been looking into that card. But I'll snatch that one to see if it's like the one I have. Be like, this was a clue we had from another case. Looks like we're one step closer to ruining another crime. If I would have spent like the evening looking at that, like examining it, because this is the next day, right?
So you guys are at the tail end of the Saturday because you did this on a Saturday. You found the base, you got in there, you shut everything down. And so you guys now know how the place is laid out. Okay. And it is yours. But
okay.
And so the evening came and Paper Man showed up and decided to...
So not much time.
Right. So it's just been today.
I'm just
here's a question.
We went like 5 miles out of town, but then backtrack, through. I was just curious. Like, I would have thought it'd been hilarious. It was like right next door.
Here's a question, Nightlight.
What's up?
How much do you trust me?
I mean, you're part of the team, implicitly.
If you can figure out what's going on with that card, I can promise you I'm our best chance to get in there undetected.
I'll do my best. I'm sure the headquarters has all sorts of isotopes and testing mechanisms. They must have had a crime fighting lab. I'll see what I can find out.
Let me know if you
electronics inside of this, or it could even be magic with all the things we're dealing with.
It could be.
Now, you understand that you've already been seen with us.
I know.
You're
I also know exactly what I'll tell them when they question that. See,
looking out for the team is all.
If I'm with you guys, nobody's going to question me showing up a bunch of places. We're going to be in a museum not long from now anyway. And if I happen to make off with a couple of things while I'm in there, it's easy street.
Wait, you're stealing stuff when we're fighting crime?
That's what I'll tell them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good cover story.
So, with that, Walter sort of looks at each of you. So do you want to stay here in the tower with me, Bombshell, and Hot Dog, or do you want to go to your respective homes? I don't actually know what your identities warrant or require, so just know that you have a place here.
Yeah, I've got a pretty important civilian life, if you will. I can't afford to be away from it for that long.
What about the rest?
So, Mr. Mathis, I know you had some other prospects and you're looking to put together secondary teams and what have you. I don't know how much space this headquarters really has, but we've got the ability to put up more that could kind of get in some training, be more useful later on down the line, whether it be something nasty happens to us or something else unfortunate. Be nice to have a place for those up and comings to actually be respected as opposed to just cast off.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, actually. And there are training facilities here in this tower. So there's everything you could want. There's a gym with weights that go as large as train cars. There's a giant Olympic-sized pool. There's what do they call those things? One of those rooms where it has all the saws and the walls that jut up and the holograms and everything.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
A danger room?
Yeah, something like that. Like, this place has it all. We just got to figure out how it works. We got to get the technology up and running, but then we've got a place that is ideal for fortification, training, or anything else we want to do.
Yeah. Hey, you're not a supervillain who's using us to gain access to these heroes' resources, are you, Mr. Mathis?
How could I be a supervillain when I don't have superpowers?
That we know of.
I was just testing you. You passed.
If you don't trust him, you may make an intellect roll. If you do trust him, then you can still make an intellect roll. It doesn't matter.
He's naive, but he's sharp. I'm going to make an intellect
Okay.
check. What's the difficulty?
It depends on if you trust him or not, I guess.
I would say surface level he does, but he's sort of uses his naivety to, get away with asking those sorts of questions.
Okay.
So, Steven, I think that Magpie probably suspects him, but I respect that level. So which difficulty would I use?
So then your difficulty would be a 5.
It's a nat 20.
If you trust him.
20 as well.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Okay. So I
got a 16.
All of you make it then. So all of you would know that he definitely is hiding something. Being a private investigator, he could be hiding any number of things. But those of you that got a nat 20 would be able to tell that there was just a bit of a twinge when you asked if he had superpowers.
Did you escape from the mummy?
I didn't hear what it was. The special thing.
Well, I mean, like I said, you get dodgy. I'm very, very dodgy.
That's not very descriptive.
I mean, if you want to go look at my office, you're more than welcome to. It's torn up right now. That's why I'm staying the night here.
Look, we already know how this goes. All you have to do is say trade secrets, and the conversation's over.
Simpatico, man.
So I think I'm gonna check out the digs here and see how much more comfortable this is as opposed to my standard dwelling. But
All right.
those of you who wish to depart, you'll be able to find me here upon the morrow, or should you need a call.
Blowhard whispers to himself, a bed in my own room. And he's like, I have to go back to my my house and grab something. But I'll be back.
Okay. Well, you go ahead and do that then.
What time do we want to break into the museum at?
There are like definitely people walking on the street around.
Oh, I thought we were like in the. I thought we were like in the base. I wouldn't have said that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
I thought we had like walked in like the like the lobby or whatever.
I mean, if you want to, you could totally have gone into the lobby.
Yeah.
So one of the options was to like show up in our civilian identities and like during the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's an event, right? Like a gala.
Yeah. There's like a gala tomorrow evening. So
here's the thing. If I were gonna break in, I'd do it in the middle of the night, but usually whenever you plan to do something like this, you case the joint first. You show up whenever there are people during the day to get an eye on what you're looking for. So if somebody is going to rob them, they're probably going to be there, and they're probably going to be like looking around and like getting the details.
So we can watch the Watchers.
So that's just something to chew on for you guys.
No, the thing
That's why we have a master heist puller on the team, because you think of that stuff. What were you say, Wyndham?
But the thing to look at is
You're
if
going
we
to talk
go.
about the hors d'oeuvres, aren't you?
I mean,
They
that's,
probably do have really good hors d'oeuvres at a fancy gala like that.
that could be nice, but I was looking more along the lines of if we go in this hero guise, no one's going to come near the place. If we go in our regular guise and we all don't know who each other are, then we're going to be seeing each other looking around, looking super suspicious, and we're all going to be pointing fingers at ourselves beyond whoever it might be.
Hmm.
You stare at your belly button a lot, don't you?
Me?
I don't think that that's a bad point, honestly.
I look around a lot. Why do you stare at my belly button?
It just seems like that's almost like a very deep statement about like who are we and who we are as our alter egos and who we are as superheroes and the search for like family and community within like an action space.
So if we show up in our civilian,
Wow, that's really deep, Winda.
I don't know how to take that. I'm more of a loner. I'm not really looking for family or looking to find self. I'm just looking for something to do. And since this happened, and I'm just kind of like gust some wind a little bit, I figured I might as well do something productive.
That's real admirable.
respectable even. Thought better of you.
Sorry, I'm used to disappointing people.
Teasing.
Not me, Mr. Winda.
The point is, if we show up as civilians, it's mutually assured destruction. Just something to think about.
So we don't want that.
No, we do want that. It's how I know you guys aren't gonna go blabbing.
Destruction doesn't sound good.
So, the way I see it is we have a couple options. One, the most dangerous, is we take a room over here. And, I'm assuming we're inside, and it just points towards the room.
Yeah.
And we take off the masks. We show each other who we are, and we've got the ability to get in there and do what we need to do. But that takes everybody agreeing. One person says no, we don't do it. The other way is we go during the day with our own guys, with our own set of notes, cameras, however you wish to do it. And you go like a tourist. Anyone that stands out, anyone that seems suspicious, you take your notes, you write it down, and we swap.
We're all gonna seem suspicious, so we could just anonymously veto ourselves. But then we'd still know.
Well, we kind of know at that point.
Yeah, we kind of know at that point. That was stupid.
I'll take off my hood and my mask and just say, "My name's Leo Lampley. I go to Castopolis High, and I don't really have any powers. I just built this suit."
You're just a kid.
Well, I mean, I'm almost 18.
Alang looks like, and then all of a sudden a book spits out of Alang's chest and like reduces dramatically in size to this like small girl. We're not dating, okay? We are not dating. Coincidence.
Yeah, we go to school together. I showed her
Okay.
my suit when we first met.
He was very excited. He really wants to be a superhero.
Well, apparently he is.
Hey, thanks, Winda.
And I'll pull off my mask, ruffle my hair a little bit.
It's the guy from the news. Oh my god, I love your report every night. He's the way. Okay.
At least so much of the news as of late. I don't know how good the numbers are since the weatherman decided to cause havoc at the news station. Don't know if he's responsible for killing my boss or not, or what's
I
going
don't
on.
know. That guy didn't seem like he had that in him. I mean,
Yeah.
slitting a man's throat, that's pretty gross. I think Albert would have fainted if he did something like that.
I feel like I probably came in towards the end of the conversation
Mhm.
when you guys were kind of talking things because I had left, and I come back holding this big fat black and white cat. And,
Ah!
this is Yin Yang, and I take off my domino mask, and I am Johnny Silver.
Oh my god! Karate legend Johnny Silver. Do you guys know this guy? Iron Wolverine Karate?
I would just like to point out, if either of you ever do anything actually wrong, you will crush his heart into a million pieces and he will never be the same again.
I have no
guess
need.
at that point we all turn to Magpie.
And I sigh. And then, like, off comes the plague mask, and I'm like, the name's Lisa. I'm a fucking
Lisa!
legend.
The mask.
It's Lisa! Oh my god, it's Lisa!
It's so much worse than we thought.
So why are
She's
you
a
elected?
legend. She is.
Wow.
Her name is on so many bathroom walls at school.
And permanent ink, too.
Mhm.
What happened to the alligator you stole?
Oh, he lives with me.
You stole
Really?
an alligator.
Yeah, I stole an alligator.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
the
it was
school
a legend.
mascot, and they were kind of being like. The point is, he can talk now.
I
It's a
need to
long
meet
story.
him. I think Alang needs to meet him desperately.
So Winda and Blowhard just have a bunch of kids. They work with it.
Well,
And
I
then
mean,
we-
essentially, Lisa and I aren't too far in age. I don't
No,
know.
as a matter of fact, we probably went to high school around the same time.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Wow.
Lisa just doesn't look any older.
Yeah.
I just picture like Winda walking past Lisa as she just committed her stealing the mascot, and he's like all stoned and like nice nice dog, and keep.
Dog's huge, man.
That's canon.
Nice dog. Amazing.
That's canon now. In my mind, anyway.
Subscribe.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, well, there you go. Guess the cards are all on the table.
I guess so. I'm gonna go find a room and get Yin Yang set up. It's not gonna. This is a big place. Yin Yang's not gonna be used to this.
I'm gonna pet your cat. And that's the only warning you get before I start petting your cat.
Hot dog rushes into the room on the scent of a cat, and he like just like,
No.
"It's okay, buddy. He's a friend." And Hot dog's like, "Ah!" And he like juggling this hot dog, trying not to get burnt, but also trying not to let it eat the cat.
Does it have hot fleas?
I'm more worried about it burning the cat up than eating it.
Oh,
It's literally on fire.
Well, this place, was Bernard's headquarters too. Maybe there's some files on Burnout, like how to, maybe there's some just info about it that we don't know.
I don't know, Yin Yang. Are we gonna have to get you an asbestos suit?
So, why don't we communicate with Mr. Matheson and get ourselves some fancy digs for tomorrow?
Will it seem weird that young children are at the event?
Yeah, probably. Well,
Wow.
Mr. Silver and Mr. What's Keeper's last name again?
Greenleaf.
Greenleaf, yeah.
Hey, Dad.
You guys could go as civilians and the rest of us can keep an eye on you. And
How about I can go as Johnny Silver's like long lost child, because he's a deadbeat dad.
Do you have any kids, Mr. Silver?
I do not, and I definitely would not be a deadbeat dad.
Now I'm gonna say from Ted to Dell, isn't Katie got powers of isn't normally not noticed anyway?
That is true. I am invisible.
Mm.
That's probably why.
It's like an actual power that she has, isn't it? Like your focus or something?
No, but it's just something that's canon because nobody ever notices her, and her world's biggest fear is to be noticed.
She's Violet from the Incredibles.
While Alang's greatest fear is to not be noticed.
So, that could be that kind of angle. I don't know how much.
What about
Leo?
interns? They could be interns.
I don't know how much Leo used.
Unpaid interns. It builds character.
I gotta be honest, the last time, that was Katie and I's plan at the weather station. We just ended up having to get into our costumes anyway.
But if you
Might
guys
as well just save some time.
As long as someone can open automatic doors for me, that would be great because sometimes they don't notice me.
You're really an opposite of yourself, aren't you?
I'm a middle child. Really intense Asian parents. They don't really notice me very much. They don't really notice when I go away for a couple of days, and they didn't really notice when I accidentally transformed into a lang and busted out the house side of the house.
How did they not notice the house breaking?
One of my elder sibling had just won an award, and they were heaping praise on them and ignored me.
You broke through a wall?
Yes, but then there was just a bird there, and they were like, we live in this crazy town, and tried to shoo me away with a fly swatter.
That's
got a point there.
Bizarre.
That's pretty sad.
And then my mum came along with a thong, and both myself as Elang and myself am afraid of my mother and a thong, a flip-flop.
Oh.
That's much different than what I
Not that.
actually-
Not that. No. That would have been weird. Came at me with a what is the American term for it? Flip flop.
Flip-flop.
Yeah.
Flip-flop, yeah.
Yep. And chased me out of the house.
Okay, that's very different than what I was picturing.
Yes, let's change that. Welcome to language differences between Australia and America.
Yes. So while all of you are discussing this, I am putting in a GM intrusion.
Okay.
So everyone gets an experience point because it affects everyone.
All right.
No.
And everyone must make an intellect check with a difficulty rating of 5.
Does it involve remembering or memorizing anything I've experienced directly?
Nope.
Okay.
Has to
Has
do
it
with
got any-
noticing.
So,
Oh no, that's a 6 for me because
so
I
is it-
have an ability to notice things.
I didn't make
No,
is it would it considered knowledge, science, or crafting in any way, shape, or form?
Perception.
Okay,
it.
well,
Yeah, no.
So it does not affect breaking objects or jumping. Gotcha. You know what? I will spend some intellect because, I haven't done that before and bring it down.
Team
And
leader.
That's a
Notice
17
it.
on the die. I didn't even need it, but, take
All
it.
right.
I rolled a natural 1.
I got a 10. So.
Ooh, a natural 1, eh?
Oh no.
Oh.
Intrusion.
Only Johnny Silver notices the mechanical grabby hand that snatches Hot Dog up and carries her around a corner of a wall that leads back down to the basement part.
Oh no! Hot Dog, the dog snatcher has returned. And
What?
can I react?
You can absolutely react because you noticed it.
All right, I will try and blow the arm off.
Okay. So you are trying to blow the arm off. Go ahead and make a might check. The difficulty for this is going to be a what difficulty is he? He is a 4.
so this is the same day as last session, right?
Yep.
Just making sure my points are selected.
So, if I'm attacking the arm with the intent of breaking it, is that considered breaking an object?
Yes, it is.
All right, so a 4 brings it down to a 2 for me. And that's a 20. No, it's not. That's a 16.
Okay. So as the arm starts to put Hot Dog in this compartment that this tubular pill-shaped compartment that's on the backpack of this still soot-covered and blown up man wearing a blue costume, the arm snaps and breaks, and he goes, no, and
What the heck, man?
and he blasts through a wall and out and away.
How did he even get back in here?
Does he now know our secret identities?
Oh man, did he see us? Was he watching us the whole time?
I don't know. I only saw the arm reach around and grab Hot Dog. And I knew how upset some of us would be if Hot Dog disappeared.
Thank you for defeating our nemesis.
I don't know that I don't really feel like I defeated him so much as kept him from taking Hot Dog.
Swiper, no swiping.
I'll
And
take it as a win.
Swipe and no swiping.
fair, the weatherman is kind of my nemesis. Not only did it start off in the actual job, but there were some antics in the suit store, and then him actually being a supervillain.
That was you?
I think you made him a villain.
Hey, no,
How did
that's
I-
not fair. He got fired, let go from his job.
You are his origin story.
I mean, he did beat him up in the suit store pretty good.
I actually never touched him in the suit store.
I mean, to me, it looked like he got thrown into suit rack after suit rack. It was
I
very
just got
humiliating, actually.
You have embarrassed him at every
You could
turn.
probably use some Iron Wolverine lessons.
I'm like standing here remembering the fact that I like robbed Johnny Silver while we were standing there, and the fact that he's like here with his cat. Like, I'm quietly
You feel
considering
bad now,
returning
Magpie?
his trophies, but not like making it obvious that I had them. Just like leaving them in the boxes and making him think that he misplaced them.
The consequences of my actions.
Now,
He shows up with like everything he owns, and it's just like this one box.
and meanwhile, Magpie comes back with 2 boxes and sneaks them into your room unbeknownst to you.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what she's planning on doing. Yes.
Yeah.
So, actually, go ahead and make a speed check for me to see how successful you are at this. We'll say the difficulty is a 4.
15.
15. Okay. So here's where I'm going to impose another GM intrusion on you.
Oh, good.
Because you get GM intrusion. So you got to give somebody else an experience.
Okay. All right. Well, since this has to do with Mr. Silver, I'm going to go ahead and give Blowhard the point.
Okay. So, as you are placing the box down, you are noticed.
Oh, good. Is it by the cat?
No, it is not by the
Oh,
cat.
good. Who's it by?
By someone who goes, really? Returning things? Is that what we're doing now?
What a bitch.
I'm sorry. What makes you think I took this in the first place? I'm just moving boxes.
You told me you did.
When?
It's Crocodiles.
Oh.
Yes! There's a giant bigger pool here. Of course he was coming. He's like,
There's
upgrade.
just this enormous crocodile just laying there in this bowler hat that's kind of got this occasional digital glow to the ribbon.
Did he
Look,
take an Uber?
I took this and I'm putting it back, but he doesn't know I took it. So right now what I'm doing is gaslighting a man. I'm not doing a good thing.
His eye just narrows in this disbelieving crocodile face. And he's like, I'm going to go lounge in the pool. And
You
just
do
kinda
that.
waddles off.
In my mind, when Crocodiles lounges in the pool, it's on him on a giant crocodile float.
Oh, yeah.
Into the water.
Yeah. Got a little drink with an umbrella in it.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he gets all prissy if you splash him or get him wet.
And actually, those of you who are in the lobby can see there is a roof because the pool is directly above the lobby, and it just has this like glass ceiling where you can see into the pool.
Oh, cool. I would probably have to go at some point and go home because if it got too late.
All right, so you make your way home. Does Katie make her way home?
She does eventually after like seeing the alligator / crocodile and just stares at it and goes, it's true. It was all true.
It is true, and they treated me so poorly. I was so miserable. They just did not appreciate my genius.
I think my alter ego will really like you.
Really?
And then she takes a book and like pushes it into her chest, and a lung pops up and immediately like just presses her face against the glass. And be like, hello, friend.
Oh my, you look much less like prey.
Yes, I am big and hit things.
Wait a minute. What do you eat?
I eat whatever Lisa brings me.
Do you like raccoon? I know a place that gets great raccoon.
I love raccoon.
I'll make sure that Magpie orders some raccoon to go next time.
Ooh, please do. She never brings me anything interesting like that.
She is the worst.
Right. She really
I'm 100% on your side now.
I like this one.
Thought we were best friends.
Yes.
Dear, it was an arrangement of convenience. You got me out of that hellscape, and well, now I'm here. I mean, we are villains after all, right?
I was talking to Elang.
On screen flashes Elang and Magpie no longer best friends.
Oh, right.
Elang and Crocodile now best friends.
Oh no. Crocodile
You know what? I
is
respect that. I gotta respect the hustle.
Crocodiles is gonna lead Elang down a path of crime and villainy.
You are my second best friend now. We are both animals. You are not real animal. You are attracted to shiny, pretty things.
I am.
But I still like you and I still hate Bombshell.
All right. Fair enough.
I'm standing right here.
Raccoons to go. You need to make sure that you get him raccoons to go next time. Like, really.
Okay.
And Leo, you make your way home. Your parents have prepared dinner. They have waited up for you. It is cold.
I'm so sorry. It's just it's getting towards the end of the semester at school, so we've had a lot of projects to work on. And then I started taking Iron Wolverine karate lessons with Mr. Silver because I saw him give a demo down at the TV station when we were there on a field trip, and it just looked like a great activity to get some exercise. So we had a late lesson today, and we've just been really busy.
Oh, well, honey, it's all right, just so long as you're safe. And she bustles over to you and gives you a big hug.
Oh yeah, Mom. In fact, this new group of superheroes has been doing a good job keeping the Castopolis safer with the A-listers gone. The Crime Ruiners, have you heard of them?
Yes, I've heard of them. Honey, those superheroes are just amazing. You and those superheroes, you always get along. Have you ever thought about trying to go into management of a superhero or something? You do great at that. I know you would. You'd be amazing.
Maybe.
Wouldn't he, Fred? and your dad just kind of huh? He's eating now that you walk through the door.
Hey, I'm just happy to help Dad at the store. And, who knows where that'll lead.
Fred, come greet your son. He just walked through the door. He just kind of looks up at you, nods, and then and keeps eating.
Tough day, long day at the shop.
Yeah, there was this Karen that came in. It was terrible.
It happens. Hey, look, Dad. If my long-term plans work out, we won't have to run that store anymore. I'll be able to take care of things. Got big ideas, bright ideas.
Are you going into superhero management like she said?
No, that's dangerous work. I'm going to own my own optical technology company someday.
Oh, all right. Good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Stay out of that. Stay out of that drama, that danger. That life isn't for you.
You got it. I'll do my best.
And you just smell the entire house is wafting with this aroma of
cool.
Now cold brisket, and it is just enveloping everything, and it is tantalizing, the savor, the spice. It's your mother always makes it perfect.
I tuck into it.
And so as you are enjoying a nice meal at home, Katie gets home, and you see your parents are waiting up. They did not save you food. They have pointedly cleared the table and ignore when you walk through the door.
Hi.
Oh, Katie, you're here. Katie,
Yeah.
Make sure that tomorrow is Sunday, make sure that you go out and find someone to repair this wall. I had a contractor all lined up, and then they flaked on us today.
Oh no.
They had to repair the wall ceiling.
Yeah, I heard of a contact of I saw an ad for damage created by superheroes, and that you told me it was a giant bird you chased away. So I think maybe we can get compensation and get someone to fix it through that.
No. He did not chase it away. I chased it away, says your mother. And she
Yes,
like
yes,
raises the flip-flop menacingly.
Yes, Mum. I've got a homework assignment that is due on Monday.
Oh, well, yes, go do that. There's leftovers in the fridge.
Thank you. Sorry, I was at the library for so long. Wanting
Next
to not
time,
be
come
here.
home for dinner.
Okay. And she kind of like realizing that she had eaten a whole raccoon like earlier in the day. She's not actually hungry and just kind of like wanders up and goes to bed.
Okay. So you do that. And does anyone want to do anything that's staying at the tower?
I
The
will
Crime
investigate
Ruiners
the
Tower.
gym.
The gym. Okay. So the gym is located above the living quarters. Yes, I actually have a layout here.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
So you make it to the 4th floor, and the 4th floor has a gym. And the gym actually is outfitted with this it looks like these 2 car-sized metal boxes that are built into the ground, and there is a bar that connects them. And basically you set how much weight you want them to give you in resistance, and then you try to push up with it. And each one's base is 2 tons. You also see there are several treadmills lining the wall, and each of them can go to exorbitant speeds. You know that the pool is on the 2nd floor, so it's 2 floors down for any aquatic heroics or rescue practices or whatever. But up here you also have like a lot of different weight training equipment, and all of them are built to withstand like intensely strong people, like people that could like lift cars and throw them or things like that.
I think Johnny is going to spend time like meditating and practicing his practices. But he's also going to lock Yin Yang in his room. He was going to give Yin Yang free range, but a little concerned about Hot Dog and Crocodiles.
Yin Yang is pretty content just sitting in your room, like making sure that everything smells like him, because you know how cats have to enter and then just immediately rub on everything. Yep. And just lounge about, make sure that everything smells just like him. So he's very busy for the moment, making sure that you remember that this is his and you're just renting it from him.
Yeah, as I leave, we're gonna have to see about getting you a force field collar or something. Might be a little dangerous around here.
So Winda's gonna have a look around for a while, see what this place is all about, see if anyone left anything behind that Mr. Mathis didn't already pull out to the forefront.
Okay. Go ahead and make a intellect roll.
Nope. That's a natural 1.
Okay, so I get an intrusion here. So as you are searching the place, you see a shadowed figure. It's about like 9 o'clock at night now, so the sun has just gone down, and you see a shadowed figure at the end of a hallway as you round the corner, just kind of looking around, and then notices you and darts off to the side.
I will give chase.
Okay. And here's where you get an experience point with a GM intrusion.
I will give my experience point to Doug.
Oh, thanks.
So
hey, thanks, Mr. Winda.
So you start to give chase, and as you do, this door just opens outward into the hall, and you nearly hit it, and you kind of stop yourself, like, and you manage to stop yourself just in time as Bombshell walks out, and she's like, Oh, well, that was a good shower. Did you know they have very hot water in there? Be careful.
Never mind. And I'll try to see if I can still pursue.
Okay, go ahead and give me a speed check with a difficulty of 8.
All right, 8.
There's a peeping Tom supervillain.
All right, so I have 3 in dex things that are related to movement, acrobatics, initiative, or defense, but I still only rolled a 7. So even if I could bring it down to a 12, I still missed.
Okay, so with this glowing green smoke trailing as you feet barely touching at times the floors, you just give yourself a little push off, and you make it to where the elevator is that leads to the rest of the facility, and there's nothing. The door's already closed, and it doesn't look like it's even showing anybody in there. So you've just totally lost whoever it is.
Well, looks like I'm gonna have to find somebody to tell about this.
Meanwhile, Lisa, what are you doing?
So this place has a gym.
Uh-huh.
Like a 100% looking for Kiefer to be like, hey, we should light one up under the bleachers for old time's sake.
Amazing.
So
Also, I'm pretty sure it would drive Blowhard nuts.
Well, he's working out like.
Linda, as you're standing there, the elevator starts going. And ding, 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 the doors open, and there's Lisa.
Were you just moving around down here?
No, dude, I was like, okay, so I was in the cafe area and I had a thought, and it didn't hurt before you ask, and then she proceeds to give the idea of, hey, there's a gymnasium.
So I like where your head is at, but I just figured while I got it on the brain,
Okay.
I just saw some shadowy figure prowling around down here.
Shadowy figure. Like somebody spying.
I do believe so.
I
I
think
tried to give chase and wound up running nearly into a door. Bombshell was complaining about how hot the showers were, and by the time I caught back up to them, they got into the elevator and were gone.
Do you think the dog snatcher's back again?
Don't rightly know. Take a look around. We could try and assemble the crew.
Yeah, we better.
So, do we keep the earbuds in at all times and whatnot, or is that just for missions?
That's up to you guys.
Oh man, I forgot we had those. I should have tried to use those. No, shouldn't have tried to use those because then Blowhard would have known what was going on and we would have gotten in trouble.
I think Blowhard, his is on his bed, and like Yin Yang is probably batting it around.
It's adorable.
Leo probably wouldn't keep it in, but probably would have figured out a way to like have his phone notify him if there was activity on it or something.
Okay. So yeah, you get a notification then.
Hmm.
And Katie, is she a light sleeper? Is there any way she would have it known, or would she not?
Oh, this is like late at night, or
Yeah.
early in the morning, I should say.
It's like 9 at night, so.
Oh, I thought it was like 2:00 in the morning or something. Nightlight to crime ruiners.
Yes.
Nightlight to crime ruiners. Is there something? Is there some emergency? I got a notification.
At the name. Yeah, there's some shadowy figure prowling around.
Hmm.
Didn't manage to catch him, but I saw him.
I'll be right there. Hopefully I can help shed some light on this mystery. And I'll sneak out of the house, which I imagine he's done many times, being a local superhero.
Okay. So, yeah, you pretty easily.
I'll take an Uber or whatever the equivalent is, but I will wear my super suit.
Okay. Do you get it just coming to your doorstep?
No, I would. I'd imagine that's something he's done before, so maybe he'll go down a few blocks away and stuff like that. So
Okay.
just like a regular. I'll say, it's like a bus. He'll just go to a bus stop. But
Okay. All right. So you just show up at this bus stop, and you
Yep.
you walk into this bus, and everyone sort of like gives you a look with the few people that are still riding the bus at this hour, and they're just kind of looking at you with your super suit, and then
I will light up in the colors of whatever the logo of the city transit system is, and say like, "Hey, even superheroes love Castopolis's public transport system. They do a great job making sure we can all get where we need to go. Thanks, Castopolis public transit system.
And you see the bus driver is this like
You're the real hero." I'll point to the driver.
skinny dude. And he's got like this big bushy mustache, and he's balding on top, and he looks over to you, he's like, "Just get in the bus. We don't need a speech from every one of you all the time."
Whatever you say, sir. You're the real hero. And I'll just go take a second.
Next time, say you're cosplaying.
Amazing.
So you go off on the bus.
Sure.
And
I'll keep them apprised the whole time. I'm on the bus. I should be there in, X amount of minutes if the schedule holds, which it usually does because the city transit system is very well organized.
Nobody ever told you you're a dork.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Last person that did, they actually held him back 2 grades. He's still a sophomore. But I'll be attending college next year. So, who's the real dork?
You. Definitely you.
You're such a kidder, Magpie.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Alang in Alang form would also like to catch the same bus.
okay.
But because she's giant, she just kind of has to force herself through.
Okay, so at the next bus stop, so you are in the bus right now, Nightlight, and you just hear the bus driver, he goes, "You gotta be kidding me. Really?"
Nightlight said public transport is the best.
True.
And as you're squeezing it, he's like, "Come on."
The feathers are all in the bus driver, my chest feathers are all in the bus driver's face. And she
Can you imagine that when Erlang steps in the bus, the whole thing literally just.
Yeah,
the entire bus is leaning right now.
Thank you for your service. You're the real hero.
When you say that, he just got sputters out these feathers. He's like, "Whatever, just get in the bus."
I give him an extra big tip when we get there.
And you guys drive to the tower. It takes about 45 minutes to get there because it makes a stop at every bus stop along the way.
Also,
clockwork.
The weight ratio for that bus right now is probably way off what it's expecting.
Oh yeah, you feel like grinding on the tire. And those of you inside can probably even hear the wheel grinding a little bit as it pulls to a stop at the corner.
I will propose, I'm going to go up and try to be charming with the bus driver and be like, I could really make this the most memorable bus ride of your night. You'd get everybody, you'd be able to make it on time, no problem. With
please
2 superheroes.
Please don't.
Okay, fair enough. Just putting the offer on the table. Okay, sir. Sure.
Alang pulls a phone out of her chest and takes a selfie with the bus driver that says,
you see their visible frown lines.
with a Nightlight going, "Yay, public transport. Thank you."
Stay safe, people of Castopolis.
You post it on hard.
Ruining crime starts with you. I say as I get off the bus.
So with the 45 minutes that we have to kill,
we'll get there long after you've taken care of it. Don't worry. We're coming. We're on the way. we're making a stop at the fast food place. Does anybody want anything?
I imagine we have
yes.
to go up and
All right.
get Blowhard.
Yeah. We'll get him some. Stop and get food. That's important. We need fuel to ruin crime.
That also means that Elang bought a dead raccoon on the bus specifically for the gator.
So you saw a shadowy figure.
Having a happy night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking around, trying to get the new lay of the land, as they say, and down the unlit corridor, so wound up seeing this figure all in shadow, and I knew that most of us had kind of gone off in our own direction. So I gave chase, and they ran.
Oh, I've got an idea. This place has got to have a security room, right?
That would make sense. I don't know how much is activated though.
Well, perhaps we can start there and see if there's any sensors that detected anything, or cameras that might have seen something.
That's a good idea.
Maybe it logs the elevators. I don't know. A fancy place like this, who knows what kind of security measures they have.
All right, so I need the three of you to make a check to perceive, find, or otherwise investigate with intellect. The difficulty is going to be a 5.
All right. So I'll bring it down, spending the points to a 3, and I rolled a 12.
So you rolled a 12 and you brought it down to a 3, so you succeed. What about Lisa and Johnny?
2.
2?
5.
All right, so you guys sort of split off and you go looking for things. Johnny Silver, aka Blowhard, you find the cafe hall and kitchen area where Magpie had previously been. Magpie, you find this room that looks like an enormous lounge, and it has like a little bar / dining area off to the right, and there's this enormous, massive projector screen that is composed of solid light, made up of these different sleek looking projectors at the 4 corners that encompass the entirety of the window that gives you a full pan out into the city proper. So you get a really good view of the cityscape right here.
Okay. Important questions. First of all, is there anything behind the bar?
There is nothing behind the bar because the bar is built into the wall, but there's like stuff underneath the countertop with there is booze, there is soft drinks, there's juice, there's water bottles. There's also those very tiny water bottles that are like so minuscule.
Let's be fair.
Water.
Let's be fair. If this place hasn't been there in 5 years, none of that juice is good.
Oh yeah, it's not good at all.
All right, so I'm gonna snag some rum first and foremost. And second question, these projectors, what sort of data feeds into them?
So this is actually an entertainment room. So there are like game systems in this cabinet below. There's kind of like a pit area where there's like a rounded couch where you can sit multiple people.
I was picturing a rounded couch.
It's an entertainment center, basically.
So can I plug something in like USB style to the projectors?
Sure.
I don't have time to do it right now, but I'm gonna make plans to come back and prank everybody later with like something completely inappropriate. Okay. And I'm patting myself on the back as I'm opening this rum and leaving the room again.
While you are leaving the room, Blowhard, you can go ahead and make a we'll say another intellect check to perceive something.
Okay, that's a 10.
A 10. Okay. So I didn't tell you the difficulty. It was supposed to be 4. So you didn't quite make it. But now I'm going to impose a GM intrusion. So I need you to make a might defense or a speed defense check.
All right, speed defense.
Oh, difficulty. Difficulty is going to be 6.
6.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not good. That's a 9.
A 9. Okay. So, yeah, you, as you are looking around, you notice, in the, sorry, finding the music. You notice that there is a bowl that is sitting out, and it looks like it's disturbed, like recently disturbed. Like the dust that's underneath it is actually like showing a pattern, like there was a place it was and it's now been moved, like knocked or something over. And as you approach, you feel someone grab you from behind, and there's this spritz of purple gas that pssts over from behind you, and you instinctively and you fall unconscious.
Oh no. That
Meanwhile,
was an intrusion, you said?
Yep, that's a GM intrusion, so you get to give experience to someone else, and you get one yourself.
All right. I will give it to Elang.
Ooh.
Okay.
I now have enough XP to go up a tier next episode. Yay.
And meanwhile, Kiefer, aka Winda, you find the room. You find the room with the monitors and the security cameras. You actually enter the room just in time to see this shadowed figure sneaking up behind Blowhard in the cafeteria, and you see them hold out this spritzer and psst, with this almost luminous purple gas that he inhales, and Blowhard immediately just slumps forward and drops onto the floor. And the figure then bolts out of the cafeteria and toward the stairs.
So I'm assuming I have, some degree of knowledge of this kind of equipment.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I'll hit record, and then I'll try to find the fastest way to get to what I would expect the guy's egress from where he is.
Okay.
Good word.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a speed check.
Dropping that vocab up in here.
Here is going to be a 5.
All right.
Come on, Winda.
All right. So
Smoke this chump.
I'm gonna spend effort. So that's an 11 on the die, and that's I essentially add 4 ranks to it.
Okay.
Wow.
So that would be essentially a 23.
You didn't need the roll.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
not how it works. You didn't need the roll.
No,
That's
it
not a
was
success.
it was a 5, and I brought.
You
I
spend
brought
if
it
you
down
spend
to 3.
1 and you get 4.
No,
You just automatically succeed.
I have 3.
Oh, you have 3. Okay.
I have 3. I spent effort to make it be 4. So I'm adding 12. I wanted to. I didn't have the ability to auto succeed because I only got 1 effort.
Okay.
Next level. Next tier.
So you burst out of this room with a whoosh, and your wind is just flying. You're filling these hallways with this luminous green smoke as you round the corner, just flying. Once again, having to push off the walls at corners so that you don't immediately crash into the next wall. Getting to the stairwell, and just as he gets to the bottom of the stairs, you are right there.
All right.
And he sort of falls backwards. He's like, you scared me there. Hello.
Do I know who this is? Have I seen them before?
He is a random dude. He has like this olive tone skin, curly black hair, cut short. He's wearing a brown trench coat that's been closed up, and he's kind of like holding on to the rail. He's like,
That's the streak.
well, I should have figured they had one speedster among them.
So, what are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question, couldn't I?
I rightfully earned a place to call this place home as we went through all of the traps and devices. You were not with us when we did so. Therefore, you have no right to be here.
He kind of looks around. Who else knows I'm here?
There's several others. More on the way.
There's more on the way. Okay. Let me ask you one thing. And I want you to answer real honestly. And he like stares directly in your eyes. Are you working with them?
Working with who?
Walter and them.
Who do you mean by them?
I don't know yet, but I aim to find out.
Walter brought the team on. But I work with my team.
Look, this really isn't a good place to talk. With
Well,
all
look,
due respect, this is the stairwell is not ideal. There's a lot of echo in here.
you're going nowhere, friend. I saw you attack my teammate.
Oh, the one upstairs. Yeah, that was just a little knockout gas. Harmless, really. Here, you want to read the label?
Friends on the ground. You understand how this looks?
I mean, I certainly do. I can
So-
appreciate that.
So you're going to talk, and you're not going.
Well, all right. We can absolutely talk, but here's the thing. I'm going to be real with you. I don't have any powers. I am no match for you by yourself. I needed to get in, look for some information, and get out.
Well, you failed to get out. You are
I'm aware of that.
trespassing, and you have committed assault against a hero of this here city. You understand how that looks.
I do understand how that looks. Yes, I do.
So
But-
if you don't like this here stairwell, then we can walk to another room. But you're not stepping foot outside of this place until my team has assembled and they've all had their say of what to do with you.
How well do you know your team exactly?
More than you do.
Are you sure about that?
Pretty sure.
Did you know that your compatriot, the one with the bird mask, used to work for one of the A-list villains of the city?
Yep.
The crazy one that nearly killed half the city 6 years ago at New Year's Eve?
Yep.
And you're okay with that?
Hey, we all got to start somewhere.
Do you know that you are harboring children?
I'm not harboring anyone. Except you.
Children whose parents would be very, very worried if they were to find out that their children were involved in superheroics? Like, once again, I'm not making threats. I'm just trying to bring some light on the situation.
Well, again, what you're doing is crime. And as much as I'm not thrilled with the name, my teammate has dubbed us the crime ruiners. See, the crime that you are perpetrating is going to be ruined.
And what crime is that?
What?
What crime is that exactly?
Trespass, theft, assault.
You assume that I'm trespassing.
You are not here legally.
I have one of these. And he produces a card key just like you have.
And from where did you steal such thing?
I didn't steal it from anybody. It was given to me.
By who?
5 years ago. By one of the A-list heroes. Someone by the name of Burnout.
Well, that's a real shame that we can't corroborate your story since he is gone.
I mean, that's fair. But
the only thing I know for a fact is I have you recorded assaulting one of my teammates in this here location.
And we will say that right about this time, Magpie and Blowhard, you've realized that Winda has not come back to the rendezvous point.
Well, I thought I was unconscious.
Oh, that's right. You are still unconscious. I forgot. I need to see. Make a might defense check.
All right, I will spend some. So that is a 15. What was the?
That exactly makes it. So sorry, I keep forgetting to tell you that. So you feel this like, and your chest, like your lungs, the veins in your lungs are glowing beneath your skin as you kind of like, and all this purple gas just blows out.
Ugh, what was that? And I'll go start looking for Winda or Magpie, and I just start calling them because I don't have my earpiece with me.
Okay. So you both hear him calling you.
Yeah, I'm probably closer to where he is at this point, and I'm just gonna come around a corner and be like, dude, use your comm.
It's in my room. I went to work out and I was gonna get all sweaty. And
yeah, all right. So use your phone.
I don't have your phone number.
But you have my Facebook.
Facebook.
Oh yeah, we have a group.
You have a group text.
Chat.
Fire that social media crap.
and you do notice a notification pop up, and it's Ilang with this miserable looking, skinny, bushy mustached man.
Nightlight's head is kind of popping just out of some feathers.
I always forget about that. You kids and your social media.
Not a kid, but yeah, all right. Come on, it's actually I'm gonna calm. Hey, Winda, dude, you there?
Southeast stairwell. Caught him.
Be there in a minute. See how easy that was.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe we have internal comms when we're inside the base.
And
look into that. That would be so much easier.
All of you hear that as well, because you two are just getting off the bus around now.
Oh, we're just getting off the bus.
Yeah.
We're a long ways from there.
No, it stops at the corner.
We got kicked. Oh, I thought we got kicked
You're
off the bus.
Of the building, basically.
I thought we got kicked off. earlier.
No, you got kicked off when he stopped and you were getting out anyway.
Oh, okay, great.
Yes.
So I would turn to Lang and be like, "Did you hear that? Southeast stairwell. Let's go." We'll make. I will make haste for there, but also have the fast food bags that we stopped and got.
Okay.
Drink in
So,
one hand, paper sack full of stuff in the other.
So you guys all
Raccoon.
in the stairwell, and you see Winda with this man just kind of sitting there. He's like sitting on the stairs at this point. He's not even standing anymore. He's just sitting there. Chilling.
What does he look like?
So he has like 5 o'clock shadow, like I said, olive skin, black curly hair. He's wearing a brown trench coat that's buttoned up all the way, just kind of chilling out.
You must have been known that the barrier went down and broke in here as soon as you were able. How long have you been keeping tabs on this place the whole time? You said he works for you. Get Burnout gave this to you. I figured we could just assume we told each other stuff instead of rehashing.
I'll catch you up. Yeah, he did. Burnout was a close personal friend of mine.
Well, why didn't you just knock on the door? I mean, we're clearly superheroes. If you had a legitimate reason to be here, we might have helped you. But now you see, like Winda said, you've broken all sorts of laws and put us in a real pickle.
Why don't we just get
clearly
Hot Dog?
superheroes?
If Hot Dog likes him because they were such great friends, Hot Dog would know.
That's a good point.
Fair.
So do you call Hot Dog?
Yeah.
Okay, you call Hot Dog and she comes bounding in, and there's like, you notice at this point that anytime the carpet heats up beneath her feet, it just sort of like cools really quickly, and it's like this entire place was made to be hot dog proof.
It's unstable molecules.
And she bounds in and sees this man just sitting there, and he's like, "Hey, Hot Dog," and he like holds out his arms, and the dog jumps into them and starts licking him all over the face.
Is that why you're here, Mr.?
Oh, I wasn't actually formally introducing myself yet because I didn't know if I could trust you.
Well, I mean, you're kind of breaking into our base, so.
You know what? That's fair. I suppose I do at least owe you a name. My name is Tracy Columbus. I am a private investigator.
Another private investigator.
Yeah, speaking of, that's actually why I came. I was investigating one of my constituents. You see, I think that all of you should at least know that this Walter Mathis that you're working for.
He's hiding something.
I think there's more to him. Because up until about 5 years ago, Walter Mathis didn't exist.
Da-na-na-na.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Well, you understand, in a world of supers and identities, it ain't all that abnormal for things to all of a sudden be somebody else.
Maybe he's an alien.
Is he a super?
5 years ago, there was no Winda. But yet here I am. Am I under suspicion?
Frankly speaking, I wasn't sure who was under suspicion and who wasn't at this point. I figured it would be better and safer to take my chances, try to get in and out. I'm usually much better at this. I didn't do as thorough research as I once thought I did. Frankly speaking, I thought your powers were more about blowing people back and being lazy.
I think you have some
superpower?
of our powers mixed up, and you're half right. But we could try and get Walter's fingerprints and lift them from here and run them through the security system, see if we can't figure out who he really is.
So I take it that the way you know all the stuff that you know is because you're a PI then?
You might say that, yeah.
Well, I want to know where you found out what our identities were in the first place, because clearly we've got a leak somewhere and we need to patch it.
I have.
You know our secret identities?
Well,
He
A bit.
knows that there are children among us.
We're children. There's no children here. No children at all.
Yeah, that would be highly irresponsible. Of any
That would be so irresponsible. Like, what kind of adults would take children into dangerous spaces?
with all due respect, the more that you defend yourselves, the more it proves me right. But at any rate, no,
I
I've
don't
been.
think it really
watching-
works that way, but
Yeah,
I've
we
been
don't have to
watching
prove
also-
anything to you. You broke in here.
But the
And-
dog does like him.
They're heroes. They have a code. I don't.
I'm
He
well
really
aware of
doesn't.
that too.
All I know is that he assaulted Blowhard. And for that, I'm all for locking the sucker up.
Yeah, there's got to be like a super prison here, right? I mean, these were the A-listers.
I'm willing to hear what he has to say and file what accusations he might. But he broke the law. And
Bombshell's a bad person, isn't she?
Well, that depends. On paper, no, but I have my suspicions about everybody.
But I think Winda's right. Even though Hot Dog does like you.
I mean, that's fair, but I don't know how far you'll get. In fact,
what?
I almost think I should ask you to have me arrested at that point, because then I might be safer.
We wouldn't do anything to hurt you, Mr. Columbus.
And I just smile.
I don't believe that you would.
Oh, thanks.
But as for, I'm not even too worried about that one. And he nods to Magpie.
How
I
can-
make a face. What is that supposed to mean?
how convincing is his story?
Make a intellect check. Difficulty 5.
And who are you worried about?
No, not you. Like his story. He said
No, I know. That was in character, sorry.
So what'd you get?
I got a 5.
A 5? He's hard to read. He's probably trained for being interrogated, and a lot of it just defaults to him.
It's inscrutable.
He doesn't seem like he's been rude aside from assaulting Blowhard.
Well, I mean that
Well, what did you come in to get, Mr. Columbus?
he's looking for evidence
Of what?
of our wrongdoings, of whatever relationship we might have with Mr. Mathis.
I mean, I gotta say, it seems like kind of super villainy behavior. You break in, assault, you're looking to sow discord amongst us already. I mean,
But
I don't know
you think
anything
you're not
about
worried
you.
I'm gonna hurt you.
I mean, once again, I'm not trying to offend. I just
Oh,
know that
or-
I'm
or
judge of character, and you
when
seem
you were first spotted and you ran, you offended. For the time being, this is my home. Whether somebody gave you that card years ago, you don't belong. Ownership changed hands, my friend. We didn't give you that card. This is our house.
That's fair.
And you've been running around in circles, both figurative with your words and literally within this place.
Well,
There is nothing about what you've said and what you've done that shows honesty, upright, or character.
well,
You, sir, as my friend pointed out, acted more the villain than the hero.
I wasn't exactly at liberty to approach you directly.
Well, then you should have found a way to do it properly.
I can respect that. And I can admit that the way I went about it wasn't exactly the most noble. But I needed
Wasn't anyway,
no.
no.
I needed to know.
Well,
Mr. Col-
and by all means.
Mr. Columbus, I have a question.
All right.
And suddenly Katie's eyes flash up. Since you've been here before, many times apparently, is there any secrets about this place that we don't know that you could show us? Or any places that you thought you would find evidence that you're trying to get access to that we could now get access to and see said evidence?
In fact, there is. Have you been to the top floor, the debriefing room?
We've been kind of working our way up slowly but surely. There's gyms and swimming pools.
So what
Yeah.
he's saying is no, we haven't.
I'm not real comfortable with this guy exploring more of our place.
I kind of feel like he's already been here and he knows more than we do. And I mean, he might actually have as much right to be here or more. I mean, just because we go into a place and take it doesn't mean it's like automatically ours. I mean, if the A-listers show up and we find them, like Walter
kill
wants us
them.
to, are you going to tell them that this is their place now? Or your place now, and they lost it?
If we find the A-listers, then they can go handle the things that need handling, and I can go back to my boring life. But he's not an A-lister. He said he's got no powers. This
He's
was
right.
not his home. And and who he says gave him a card is gone. If,
Hey,
if
Question.
Burnett were here to be able to say, yes, I gave him the card, that'd be one thing. For all we know, he's equally responsible as whoever else made the A-listers disappear.
Wow.
Maybe, but Hot Dog still likes him, so I think he's probably trustworthy.
What if he was a trustworthy confidant who betrayed the A-listers and was responsible for their disappearance?
Well, maybe we can hook him up to a polygraph and find out. GM, did the A-listers have like just regular staff that lived here and attended to things?
They hired different services to come in and do things like that. A cleaning service. They had maintenance people that would come in and do things, but nobody that was like permanently residing there with them.
Okay.
so who are you to them?
Like I said, I'm a close personal friend of Burnout.
Oh,
You might, well, I think you probably catch my drift.
I do.
So you guys were like an item. You were dating. Were you married? I look at his fingers to see if there's a wedding.
He doesn't have a ring. We were a very on again, off again sort of thing, Sometimes we'd when we burned hot, and when we had fights, it got real cold real fast.
I get
So
that.
you want to find out what happened to them?
I do.
Huh. Well, that's what Mr. Mathis hired us for, too.
That's why I'm concerned.
Go on.
Like I
What
would,
do you know about him that we don't?
he has no record of existence before 5 years ago when he purchased his place in the mall.
He's an alien, I bet.
Well,
Maybe he's a robot.
Tech-
A robot alien?
listen, we only just figured out who each other were today. Those were big secrets, and it wasn't suspicious when we had those secrets.
He's
And
definitely an alien robot.
some of the people that he's working with are pretty dangerous, and some of the people that he's crossing are pretty dangerous. I mean, honestly, I don't blame him for having secrets.
I mean, even if he is a robot alien, it doesn't make him a bad guy.
Yeah.
Could you get me access to his room?
Wow, that's a bit of a
No,
jump.
yeah.
Absolutely not.
Boundaries, my guy. Boundaries.
Well, here's the thing. If we're likely to find evidence against him, I think it would be there.
Well, it sounds
I'll look.
I don't know where all of you stand, but I've been trying real hard not to just throw this guy behind bars. I don't know what you want to do with it, but I can't stand looking at him anymore.
Oh yeah, I thought that was the ultimate goal. Yeah, I was just following your lead, Winda, but he seems to be a steady source of information up until that point.
Okay.
But he's sad, and Hot Dog likes him.
You know what? Send your friend. Send your friend in.
I'll go. I will get a look. I will see what's in there to be seen. And we'll figure it out from there, okay?
All right.
Elaine takes off her like X-ray goggles and hands them to Magpie, just in case. Secrets?
Just in case.
Okay. So you can pretty easily find where Walter has his room set up.
Cool. I will wait until I know he's somewhere else and sneak in there and get a look about it.
Okay. It takes you only a few minutes, and he makes his way out of the room, and he looks like he's going to the kitchen dining area.
All right, I will calm somebody else to keep an eye on him and let me know if he's coming back.
Okay.
I can do
Is he on
that.
our comm link? Does he have a
He
comm?
doesn't have one.
He doesn't?
Nope. And Bombshell has one on a different frequency from all of you.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do anyway, though, just in case, is be like, "Hey, the eagles left the nest. You let me know if that museum guy comes back. Just keep an eye out."
Museum guy?
Old person.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eh?
What is it, Lang?
Didn't you communicate with everyone on the comms?
comms?
Oh no, Walter.
So
Why do I
Magpie,
even try to be subtle?
make a speed check with a difficulty of 4.
who, Magpie?
Uh-huh.
You can do
Yeah.
it.
Okay. I don't know if a 15 passes or not. I really need a cheat sheet.
It does.
Okay, 12 is what you want. 4 times 3 is 12.
Okay.
So you want
Cool.
better than a 12.
I
You want-
did pass.
Okay, so you pass, and you notice that when you first open the door, there is actually like a little laser that is designed to trip when someone crosses the threshold. And you just kind of step over it.
Just like child's play. The museum has better security than this.
And you also notice that there is a camera in the room. You see that while there is a bed, there are actually 2 beds in this room. And there is a desk, there is a dresser, and it's otherwise pretty sparse.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see the camera.
Okay.
Is there like, I don't know, something small that looks like it wouldn't be missed? Like, I'm gonna lift something. I'm gonna lift something that I don't think he's gonna overly miss too much, because he'll definitely go back and look, but I'm gonna cover up my snooping by pretending to steal something.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Clever.
So make an intellect check. Difficulty of 4 again.
Okay. I'm gonna spend effort.
Okay.
Spend that effort.
Okay, and it is a good thing I did, because I rolled an 11.
Okay. So so you got it down to a 3, which means you pass because you want 3 times 3 is 9.
Okay. Oh, that's how that works. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't need a cheat
brought
sheet.
it
I can
from 4
remember
to
this
3.
now.
Yep. You brought it from 4 to 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So you got to roll a 9 or better. You got an 11. So
Okay.
you passed, and you needed that to pass. You
All right.
open the drawer, and you immediately find a small bauble. It looks, it actually, you open a drawer, and you find what looks like the icon of the A-listers old team. And you realize it's a comlink, much like your earpieces.
Okay.
It's designed to be worn somewhere, and then you push it and it activates. Could have been here before. It's pretty dusty, so it could have been here before. or it could have been put here. You're not really sure. It is dusty, but it's not like excessively so, but it's also been in a drawer. And you continue searching, and you can choose to make a speed check with a difficulty of 4 if you want to be quiet about this more than anything, or you can make an intellect check if you want to try to find more things with a difficulty of 4. But if you make the intellect check, you risk being heard.
Okay, see, the thing is, I've got somebody watching him in the cafe right now. And he's already going to catch me because the camera's on me, so I'm going to make the intellect check.
Okay.
Four.
Oh.
Okay. So you open the drawers, and some of the drawers seem to be locked, and you don't have a key to them.
Steven.
Do you have
I do have lockpicks.
You have lockpicks? Okay.
And you do have X-ray goggles to be able to see through things.
Also fair.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to try not to use those if I can avoid it.
Okay. So
because I know how ciphers work. I am going to try to pick the lock, though.
All right, you pick the lock. It's easy to do. You can pick all of the locks. And because you didn't roll super well, you are basically... You're going to find things, but you're going to have a hard time distinguishing what's important and what's not.
Okay, so I'll just get my phone out and take pictures.
Okay, you can take pictures.
I will do it in such a way that it is not visible to the camera.
Okay, so you take pictures. That's pretty easy to do. And you do find one drawer that has only a black box in it. Like a small handheld black box.
Roll temptation.
And this entire time, have I at any point found like pocket change, for instance?
Oh yes, yeah, there's pocket change. The drawers are actually fairly cluttered, much like his office was. In fact, the sparseness of the room was kind of striking.
All right, good. I am specifically just going out of my way to take like the change and things. Like I was looking for something for the vending machine or something like that. You know, like the idea is I want to make it look like I didn't think he'd notice.
Okay.
So, yeah, I do. I take pictures of the things. Can I open the box?
You can.
What's in the box?
A little like box that opens up.
Box.
And it's like a business card box.
Are there business cards in it?
There are. They're all black and have this strange sheen to them. And
does it say calling all villains?
It does. And that's where we're gonna cut it off for tonight.
Go Magpie!
Oh no. He gave you one of each cards. I guess that he's hedging his bets to see what happens. Well, anyway, thanks for running, Steven. This has been a blast. It always is. Thanks for everyone for playing and everyone for watching. And we will be back next week with Nobody's Heroes, of course. We've got some more live chats going on during the day, and we have a special Thursday wrap party for the Kickstarter. Link in the description if you want to check that out. We'll be doing that 8 to 9 to talk about nerdy stuff and gaming and to watch the clock tick down, I suppose.
We also have the next session of Untraditionally Arcane, where you can join Rob and myself and a handful of others on Friday night.
Oh.
Woo.
So until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Nerdy.